Welcome everyone to the Squarespace Masterclass. I'm so excited to have you all in here today. I would love for you guys to comment in the chat. Let me know that you're here and where you're from. Maybe say a little bit about your business if you'd like. I'd love to hear who's in here. I am monitoring the chat on my iPad, so I'll be able to see your comments throughout the presentation and be able to comment back to you, answer your questions, and all those things. So I'm just going to give everybody a chance to get in. We got about 1 more minute until our actual start time, but I know the email just hit you guys' inbox to let you know that we are going live. So we'll be up live shortly. Happy Sunday to you guys. Welcome to the Squarespace Masterclass. My name is Angelica Dizelle from angelicadizelle.com, and I'm so excited to have you guys here today. Like I said in the training description, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the Squarespace platform, why it's my platform of choice, not just for DIYers, but also people who are experts, advanced, all the way up to that level. So I'm going to be telling you about the perks of that platform, and then I'm going to take you into the back end of my own site, show you all the little bells and whistles inside of Squarespace, and I'm going to show you some tricks like how to build landing pages in 10 minutes or less. So I would love to know who's here, who's on the chat and everything. There is a chat box beneath this video down here that you guys can introduce yourself in and say hello and all that good stuff. I see we have Annalisa from Alabama. Beginning social enterprise business that partners with brands associated with philanthropic actions. Awesome. And someone named Nick, a wedding planner from Toronto. Welcome. So again, continue to let me know down below who you guys are and everything, and we can get right into the content right away. So I'm going to go ahead and back to sharing my screen here. Alrighty, and you guys should be able to see that well. So let me know if you have any problems with audio or visual or anything like that. Alrighty, guys. So this is a Squarespace Masterclass, like I said. Getting right into the content here. What you're going to learn today is the pros and cons of using WordPress versus Squarespace. You're also going to get acquainted with the back end of Squarespace and learn why you don't need to be a design genius to build a beautiful website that converts. And welcome, I see we have Barbara from Colorado as well. Welcome. All right. So I'm living proof of the fact that you don't have to be a design genius. This time 2 years ago, I did not know the first thing about web design. You can see me over there. My background is in broadcasting. I had no graphic design experience whatsoever. And so one day I decided to start a little blog, and I fell in love more with building the site than actually writing for it. So I decided I wanted to become a designer. Over here on the left side, you'll see this was my first website that I built, and it was on Squarespace. This was after 6 months of coding courses, blog tutorials, YouTube videos, just totally entrenched in it. That was the first site I built on WordPress. And you know, it got the job done, but it just wasn't me, and more importantly, it made me no money. That's when I discovered this platform called Squarespace. So this is a website building platform, and it's designed for people who create beautiful sites without a lot of tech know-how. This example here was the very first website that I built on Squarespace. If you guys have been around a while, you may have remembered this site. This was circa 2015. First site I ever built on Squarespace. So I want to talk a little bit about the benefits of WordPress. I see we have Johnny from Minnesota and Heaven, a lifestyle blogger from New York City. Awesome. Welcome on, guys. So some of the benefits of WordPress is that literally anything is possible if you know how to code. So your WordPress site has absolutely endless customization options. And also, if you want a membership site where you charge people monthly to be able to log in and access your content, exclusive premium content, WordPress offers a lot of plugin options that create that personalized experience for your members. But with that being said, there are new things out now, like Century Login, that allow you to do this same thing on a Squarespace site. So I want to get a little bit into the benefits of using Squarespace. So the number one is site maintenance. If you've ever had a WordPress site before, you know that you're always having to update plugins, themes, and software because you don't want it to crash or get a virus. And so I was always worried about updating plugin that might crash my whole site or bring a virus or something like that. And if you've had a WordPress site, you may be familiar with this. There's just a lot of bells and whistles, a lot of ways to possibly mess up. And sometimes they could be through no fault of your own. So with Squarespace, there are no updates to worry about, which is what I really love. They totally take care of it. It's kind of like a well-oiled machine. So when I had my WordPress website, I would say I spent about an hour a week dealing with maintenance-related things on my website. And now with Squarespace, I spend zero time with that. So that is a major thing. And welcome to Davina from Calgary. Thank you to everyone who's on right now. Alrighty. So more benefits of Squarespace is the site speed. So my WordPress site had extremely slow page loading time, about 17 seconds to fully load the page. And Google actually docks you down points on your search engine optimization when your site loads slowly. So that means that you might not rank as high on your Google page search views if your site is slow. And the reason was because I was using inexpensive hosting. Usually my WordPress hosting was under $5 a month, and that is low quality hosting that causes your website to load slowly. So I knew I was gonna have to start spending more on hosting, and once I saw the cost of that and how comparable it was to Squarespace, that was the final thing that just made me make the switch. So for less than half the price of premium hosting, I was able to get a Squarespace site and not have to deal with all those other maintenance things that we talked about. Another benefit of Squarespace is typography. So as a designer, typography is super important. Like the right fonts can make or break your design. So Squarespace offers dozens of amazing premium fonts that are not free on the web. So I put some examples over there on the side. Fonts like Brandon Grotesque, if you wanted to purchase that on the web, would cost you over $100. And you're able to use those in Squarespace on your website. Same with Futura, Proxima Nova. And so when I would see people's Squarespace sites and they had fonts like Proxima Nova on them, I'd be so jealous because you would have to pay for that kind of font in WordPress, and you'd have to do a complicated process to get the web font on your website. It's a long story, but basically these fonts are readily available in Squarespace, which is another big game changer about the platform. Some of the drawbacks of Squarespace, it's really hard for me to come up with any. But if I did, there are only about 14 templates, which are growing every day. And a few of them are super popular. So you can risk your site looking cookie cutter if you have the same template as other people and you're not customizing it or catering it to your unique branding. So it can begin to, sometimes you can look at a Squarespace site and immediately know that's Bedford template, you know, or that's Horizon template, that's Pacific, because they haven't done anything to change it and change the fonts or anything about it. So the biggest benefit that I found with Squarespace is that I started making money. So with my WordPress site, I made a total of $200 in my business ever. And within the first month of switching to Squarespace, I had made nearly $4,000. Now, I'm not going to say that was the magic bullet, but Squarespace did do a few things for me, which was that it boosted my confidence because I was proud to send people to my site. And my web presence allowed me to position myself as a polished expert. When your site looks super professional, people want to come to you because they want that as well. And same with the build-up and frenzy of my new site launch got a lot of attention. So I did countdowns to the days when my website launched and those kind of things. So the build-up really helped me to kind of build a base of people. All right, so it's demo time. What I'm going to do is take you into the back end of my Squarespace site and show you a couple of my favorite things about Squarespace. So I'm just going to exit out here real quick and go over to my Google Chrome, which it likes to hide. It's back there. All right, so this is the back end of my Squarespace site. And usually when you log in, you'll see this. And it reminds me of a lot of an iPhone where it's very simplistic as far as the options that you have to go through, and you can just really quickly get to where you're trying to go. So a couple things I want to show first is the style editor. So the style editor is where you lay out the entire style guide of your brand, and it repeats itself throughout the website. So notice how the specific fonts and colors, everything about the site style-wise is dictated within the style guide. So I'm going to show you that really quick, which is over in the Design tab. If I go to Style Editor here, you will see a very long list of things that you are able to control in the Style Editor. So this is everything from the fonts to the colors of the buttons to the background color of the menu, all those things. And one really cool thing about Squarespace is that notice when I hover over certain areas, it highlights in blue what that area is, so you know what it controls very easily. So if I scroll down and I'm like, I don't know what font this is right here, but I know I want to change it. If I click on it, it'll tell me that that's my heading 3. So in Squarespace, you have 3 headings, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. And you get to give them a specific color and font that you want, so that way you can create variety in your text. So notice in my paragraphs I have, this is my regular paragraph font, which they call text font here, and I'm able to choose what I want that to look like. Same with my heading 3. I believe this might be my heading 1 here. Oh, that's my heading 3. Let's see what else I have in here. You'll just notice throughout that different things will pop up. So the footer, I'm able to choose the color of the background of the footer. Same with the pre-footer area, which I will get back to momentarily. And whenever you click on something and now you might be a little lost, you can go to Show All, and then you can see all the things that you control once again. So the Style Editor is really cool for this. Once you've chosen the colors of your site, especially like if you already have chosen the colors of your site, I always keep those in a little notepad on my website, like my Notes app down here, so that I can drop them in down here. So just to give a quick example, I'm going to open up my Notes app. And on my notes, like I have my pink already ready to go. So whenever I want to use it for something, let's see what would show up right away that you guys could see here. Like the background color of the site. If I pop that color pink in there, you notice that the background over here changed to that pink that I wanted it to be. Now, I'm going to take it back to white, but that is how you're able to stay consistent with your colors and fonts and choose those heading 1s, heading 2s, heading 3s throughout the site that allow you to stay super consistent. I want to show you guys how pages are laid out here. So I just went to the Pages tab. Let me pop back to show you where I went. This is the main menu. I hit Pages to see all the pages that are on my site. And scrolling to the top here, you notice that this is the main navigation up here. So all the pages that are in my main navigation are under the main navigation area here. Now obviously these 5 pages are not the only pages on my site. So when you scroll down, you see I have all these not linked pages. These are pages that are still a part of my website, still important, but they're not in the main menu up here. They're still open to the public, all of that. And so you see I have a lot. Testing. And those are just different things that I have, just kind of clicking through some of the pages. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a page really quickly here. And if anybody has any questions or anything, I'm monitoring the chat, so you can pop them in as well. So I'm going to make a page in the not linked section. That way it doesn't show up in my main site. And I'm going to do a page. We're just going to do a simple page here. And I'm going to call it test. All right, so we have a brand new page right here. I'm going to show you a couple things that are pretty helpful to do. One thing that I do when I start a brand new site, I always write out my headings 1, 2, and 3 so that I can fix them in the style editor to look the way I want them to look. So we got heading 1. I'm just going to paste heading 2, heading 3. And so watch what I do here. I'm going to highlight each heading. So heading 1, and then I'm going to hit the drop down here and choose heading 1. So you can see that's what I have heading 1 set to look like. Heading 2 is what I have it set to look like, and heading 3. And then paragraph, that's just the normal text. It's already set there. Another thing I'll do is pop in some buttons, because again, I'm going to go into the style editor and basically choose what I want these things to look like. So what I did is, let me show you, this is the page builder kind of area. So notice these little droppers that pop up on the side. This is where you can drop in content onto your site, and you'll see that there's a whole list of options of things that you can drop in. So if I hit the dropper, I'm going to scroll down and I want to do a button. You can see there's a lot of things. Oh, that popped away. You can see there's a lot of things here, including images, a video. You could do an audio track if you wanted, a newsletter sign up, spacer, which is one of my MVPs, is using the spacer, which I'll show you guys shortly. I want to make a button. So it's down here, a button. So there are 3 different sizes of buttons. So there's a small, we'll drop that in, go back to buttons. And we're going to do a medium button, which is automatically went to medium, and a large button. Okay, I'm going to hit save here. So what I like to do is, after I've done that, I like to go in the style editor and make sure that I make my headings exactly the way I want them to look. And I see a comment here real quick. Can we have membership site pages in Squarespace too? Yes, you can. I mentioned something called Century Login, S-E-N-T-R-Y. Century Login. It's this right here. It's something that basically is kind of like a plugin, but not a plugin because this isn't WordPress. But it's additional software that you put into your site to turn it into a membership site. So as you can see, Squarespace is one of the logos on there. You can use Squarespace. Close out my music app here. You can use Squarespace with Century Login to turn your site into a membership site. The best example I can think of this, someone who does this, is hotchocolate.ca. So Hot Chocolate is a monthly stock photo website. So people pay by the month to get access to her beautiful stock photos. So she has this little button here that says log in. So when you click it, I can log in because I have an account with her. Let's see if I can remember my password. Maybe not, but there it is. So I'm able to log into her site and get access to the custom stock photos in the back end. So only through paying a monthly fee and having membership am I able to get access to all these pictures and things. So that's how it works. And her site is a Squarespace site that is using Century Login. So that's the best example that I can think of someone who's using that. Okay, so we were talking about our headings and our buttons and if we want to edit how these look. So if I go into the style editor, just like we talked about, you can hover and you notice how the blue boxes show up around each thing. So if I click on heading 1, it'll pull up the specs for heading 1. And I could do a lot of things to change it. If I want to use a different font like Proxima Nova, I can even choose the font weight. So if I want it to be a skinnier font like that, and I can change the size to make it bigger and smaller. You can see that there. I can make the spacing, which the spacing is already pretty much at the max that it'll go, but you can make it thinner, and you can even type in if you want it to be wider than that. I just made it 7 instead of 5. You can even change the text transform, so if you want it to always be uppercase in that, or if you don't want it to always be uppercase, you notice that it went like lowercase there. So you can do the same with all your headings. And you can also, I'm going to go back to show all, and I can hover over my buttons. So we have the small button here, and you can see that I can choose the color of the button, and I can put in the color code that I have for my branding, and same with the color of the text inside the button and all of that. You can basically make all these changes. So if I want the button to be orange, you know, I would have the exact orange that I wanted it to be, but you can do everything from changing the color of the text inside the button. And same with the medium button. Notice it changed to medium button block, and I can make all those changes in there just like that. So it's a really cool option, a way of being able to do things. Now, something else I wanted to show you guys. I'm going to say cancel. I don't want to save those changes that I made, so I want to go back to the way they were. I'll go back here. The announcement bar. That's something else that I really enjoy about Squarespace, which is basically a bar that I will have at the very top of my site. Let's say I have a sale, or maybe I have spots closing up to work with me one-on-one. I can put an announcement at the top here so that it's top of mind for people as soon as they come on my site. So if I go to design here and then announcement bar, you can see right now my announcement bar is disabled. But if I hit enable announcement bar, it pops up at the top up here. And I can choose what I want it to say in here. I could type in, like right now it says 2 spots left in my Luxe branding web design. Click here to learn more. And I can also choose what that button links to, what I want people to click on. So it can be any of these. This is all the pages on my website. So if I wanted to lead to a specific page, like my contact page is called Talk to Me. If I wanted to go to that page in particular, I would click it like that. If you wanted to lead them somewhere outside of your page, like perhaps you wanted them to follow you on Periscope or something like that, then you could go to external and you could send them to the specific link outside of your site that you want them to go to. So the announcement bar is a really good way of doing that. I'm going to pop back here, and I want to show a couple more things about the page builder that we're talking about over here. Remember, I was talking about the spacer and how it was a game changer. Real quick, I'm going to reload the page so I can see if anybody's saying anything. Awesome. Okay, great. Thanks, Scott. And again, just ask me away, ask anything if you'd like. So we're going to go edit here, and I'm going to go to the page builder. I'm going to show you why I love the spacer so much. I'm in YouTube right here, and I'm just, I want to put a video in. So specifically, I'm putting in the video of this webinar that we're on right now. You can see the video popping up there. All I did was copy the YouTube link for that. And so I'm going to hit my dropper here, and I'm going to video. And I'm going to pop that video in right there, and you can see the video loads in right down there. So apply. So let's say I don't want the video to be this big. I don't want it going edge to edge like this. Maybe I want a smaller size video. So what I would do is I'm going to hit the dropper, and I'm going to add in a spacer. And what we're going to do is move the spacer next to the picture to make it smaller. So I'm going to do it one time, and then I'm going to do it again to show you exactly what I'm doing. So we're going to drag the spacer. Come on, here we go. Going to drag it next to the picture here, next to the video. So notice the video got smaller, so if I wanted to, I could put in a heading 1. Watch the video. And I'll make it a heading 1, like that. And the paragraph font beneath it, make it italic. That kind of thing. And then I could even get rid of the spacer if I wanted to. And notice that it's right next to the video like that. So the spacer is really cool for that reason. I want to show you that again because I want you to notice something about what I did. So we're going to do the spacer again. I'm going to hit the dropper and drop in a spacer. So when I drag, I'm going to grab the spacer by the word spacer here and drag it over. Notice the lines that pop up. So there's lines that are popping up saying, do you want to drop it here? Do you want to drop it on the side? Do you want to drop it? You see these lines. So notice that when I take it to the side, there is a long ways line. It goes all the way up and down. If I drop that in, it will move everything on the whole page over. So look when I drop that in. It moved all my headings over, everything over, which is not what I wanted to do. I only wanted to move the video, right? So to do that again, I'm going to delete the spacer, and let's do another one. And we're just going to drop it in on the side, but this time I'm going to scoot it inwards. Notice I'm scooting it inwards toward the video because I'm trying to get this line to change. Notice how the line just changed, so now it only goes next to the video. So that is how you only move the spacer with things that you want. And you also have the option of making the video bigger or smaller by dragging the spacer from side to side. All I did was wait for this side to side arrow to pop in and drag it like that. Another fun thing is that you can have spacers on both sides if you want the video to be centered. So I'm going to make another spacer, and I'm going to drop it on the other side of the video. Pop, and make sure they're the same size. And that's kind of how the webinar video got to be the way it is on this page you're looking at. So that is a really cool thing about the page builder. There's so many really cool options, but I will say that, you know, the spacer is such a game changer as far as being able to make things exactly the way I want them to be on my Squarespace site. Alrighty, another thing I want to show you guys is the click to pop up function. So on my website, which I'm going to hop over to here, notice that the first call to action on my site, I'm a big fan of calls to action, is that I want you to sign up for my 3-day course, Make Your Website Irresistible. Notice there is no sign up form immediately. There's a button that says start the course today. So when you click the button, it pops up into a form. This is called a 2-step opt-in. And according to Lead Pages, it is 30% more effective at getting people to sign up for your offering, because basically you allow people to make a micro commitment first before you ask them for the larger commitment. So just by making that micro commitment of clicking the button, they are more apt to fill out the form as opposed to just seeing that it's a form right away in their face. So in order to do this 2-step opt-in, I'm going to show you on my testing page. So I'm going to go to edit here, and what we're going to drop in is a form. So I'm going to hit the dropper button, and we're going to put in a form. So notice the form right now is a full-fledged form. You can see it over here on the side. All we need to ask for is the name and email address, right? So I'm going to trash the other things. Notice subject, I'll trash that, and message, I'll trash that. Okay, so, and I like to name the form because that does show up when you click it. So download my free guide. Okay, and we'll go to storage, and Squarespace has a direct connection with MailChimp, which is what a lot of especially new business owners use. So if I click MailChimp here and just log into my own account, it will provide all the lists that are on my MailChimp account. So it's connecting right now, moving a little slow, there it goes. And notice that all my lists for MailChimp are there. So if I want people to sign up for my Luxe brand training, if that's the list, it immediately is going to connect with that list, which is pretty cool. And so now this is where the magic happens, because if you look over here, it's still a form, right? So I went into the advanced tab, and if I scroll down here, if I click enable lightbox mode, it will turn the form into a button that is a pop-up into a form. So we can also choose what we want the button to say. So I could say click here to download. Got it? So that's how you do it. And you can even choose if you don't want the button off to the left side, if you want it in the center. And submit button is like inside the pop-up. So going over to the other page again, this button that says start today. So maybe I just wanted to say start today. That's all set. So I'll hit apply there and save, and I'm going to reload the page because sometimes that helps things take effect and everything. Oh, reload. Wait, don't reload. All right, now. So now that we got it again, if I click here to download, you see the pop-up with the form, and it's right there where people can sign up. So that is how you do a 2-step opt-in and connect it with your MailChimp, all that fun stuff. So now I'm going to hop back into the content here real quick. And again, guys, if you have any questions where I'm still demonstrating and everything, so just let me know and I can show you there too. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about are landing pages in Squarespace, which is another thing I promise I'm going to show you guys in this training. So I love landing pages because it is a page with a specific focus. Sign up for your freebie. You can see an example of a landing page that I built in Squarespace here for my website optimization guide. It's a PDF freebie that I had kind of earlier when I started my business. So notice that there are no distractions. There's no menu at the top. There's only one action to perform, and that is sign up for my freebie. I like to direct social media traffic to a focused page like this. So put yourself in the shoes of an Instagram viewer, someone who has come across your brand on Instagram. They see the link in bio. This person is on the go. So they don't necessarily have time to browse through your website, see who you're all about and all that. But you want to start that connection with them. Even if you can't get them to buy your biggest product right now, you want to be able to get that person on your email list. You want to start the relationship with that person even as they're on the go, on mobile, on their phone. So that's why I love landing pages. Typically my Instagram bio, the link in my Instagram bio is something to get people to sign up for my freebie, and it is a focused landing page because I know people are on the go, and I just want them to take that initial action so that we can begin the relationship continuing on. What will be a good place for a two-step opt-in? I will answer that once I hop back into here. So I guess I can hop back in right now. So going back over, a great place is like I have it on the header part of my website. So immediately I'm asking people to sign up for it here. I'm going to show an example of a client website that I did recently. This is K Zulu, and notice that hers is right here. So when you click it, there's her click to pop up right there. So it's right beneath her kind of mission statement, and then immediately a chance to sign up for her 3-day audio course about maximizing your time. So that's another good place to put it, as well as in the pre-footer area. So most Squarespace templates have an area called the pre-footer. Notice that I have a footer. That's a typical footer of a website. You got your social icons, your logo, your mission. But there's also a pre-footer. And that I use this as one last call to action because it appears on every page on the website. So I'm always giving that one last chance to get people to sign up for my free course. So the button here, once again, is a click to pop up button, a 2-step opt-in. So I really like it, using it for that reason. Can you use a mailing service other than MailChimp? Yes, you absolutely can. What I currently use is ConvertKit. A lot of things I like about ConvertKit because it basically, if you've ever used MailChimp before, you know that you have lists. You have many lists. So let's say you have a freebie PDF and you also have a freebie audio course. Sometimes you're going to have people sign up for both of those lists. MailChimp counts that same person twice. So you're paying per subscriber, but you have many duplicates. You have many people who are on 2 lists, and MailChimp can't seem to be like, that's the same email address twice, so those are 2 people. And so that can be a little confusing when it's list-based. ConvertKit, on the other hand, batches everyone together. So I had a more realistic perspective on how many subscribers I had, and also I can send an email to all my subscribers at once instead of everyone being segmented into these lists that never come together. So that's one thing about MailChimp versus Squarespace. I still enjoyed MailChimp very much, especially because it was a free service and it was really good for me to start my business on. But when I wanted to get more into the details of segmenting and automation and all that, I really like ConvertKit for that reason. All right, so we're talking about landing pages here. So I'm going to hop back into my site builder and just pull up an example of a landing page of mine. And it's been a while since I've done these because ConvertKit helps you create landing pages on theirs. Let's see, here it is. This is the example that was in the PowerPoint that I showed. So this is my free web optimization guide. This is what this landing page is called, a cover page in Squarespace. And I'm going to show you how you can make a page like this in 10 minutes or less. So that's what we're going to do. Again, I'm going to go down to the not linked section of the site, and I'm going to create a new page. And this page is going to be a cover page. So cover pages are built in Squarespace. They are very quick and easy templates that allow you to just put in your words, put in your pictures, and go. So we'll go cover page here, and I'm going to call this free guide test. Enter. So you can see what the automatic template looks like right there. If I go to change layout, I have a couple of options of what I can do here. You can see all the little options there. That example I used was this template right here. My favorite one is probably this one right here. I just like how it behaves on mobile as well as on the desktop version. So it's basically a side-by-side type of image. And in Squarespace, you can see what it looks like on mobile as well as in regular. If you hit, notice that I just hit Let me show you guys. So at the top, a little arrow pops up, and if I hit it, I can look at the iPad version of the site as well as the mobile phone version of the site, like that. That's super cool. So I'm going to show you how I customize a page like this. So first we got branding and text. So this allows you to put your logo up at the top and edit the words that are down here. And I see I have a question. What is the software used that allows people to just click and sign up like this webinar? So that was ConvertKit. Again, you can still do all of this in Squarespace, but like the landing page that you signed up for this webinar on, if I can remember the exact page, it was bit.ly/SQ Masterclass. There it is. This is a ConvertKit page, so they have a way for you to be able to customize their templates and everything and just have an easy sign up page. So that's what most of you guys signed up on. All right, so at the top here, I can upload my logo. So find it here real quick. There it is. And you can change the headline here. So if we want the headline to be, that changes in there. You can also list things like, if you want to be listing what's in your free guide, how to do this, how to do that, you can put that in just like that. And obviously you would put more details in there. Or you could just put a quick paragraph. And I'm going to show several examples of how I do it. Yeah, thank great for on the go, yes. So I'm going to hit save here. Let's go to the next aspect of what we can change. So I'm going to go to media. And so we can change the picture here. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to upload a picture. Let's just find one in my library that I like. I'm going to go with, no, this one. Okay, so it's just a picture of hands on a laptop, which I also got from Hot Chocolate, that example that I showed, the stock image monthly website. So I'm going to go back here. And also notice that when you hover over pictures, this little circle here is called a focal point. So that's basically what you want the image to be focused on more closely. So if I kind of like move it down to the T, you'd be able to see the T easier, and you can see it change there. This is especially good when there's a face in your picture. Maybe you want the face to be the focal point. Then you're able to do that. So I'm going to go back here, and you can always extend the page out to see what it's going to look like on the computer size, like that. And down to action. So again, this is where the action happens, as they say. That's the button here. So what do you want the button to do? You have a couple options. You can link it out to something, like if you want it to go to your Twitter page, your Facebook page, or whatever that would be. I like to use it for the form down here. So that's the sign up form. So I'm going to trash the shop now button because I don't need that. And we're going to do the form. We can put here what we want the button to say. And then we're going to go edit form. And just like we did with the other form, I'm going to trash the other two things. I don't need those. I just need name and email. And they'll see this title here, so I want to give it a good title. Re-download. And I'll go to storage here, and same like we did earlier, I'll log into MailChimp, and it'll give me all my lists. And I can choose the list that I want the people to be signed up for. And don't think we need to do anything in advance. You can change the submit button. I'm going to say send it to me. You know, something exciting there. The rest of this, there's nothing else we need to do there, so I'll hit save. So now this is a click to pop-up form, and you can see it there. We'll be able to customize these fonts more, which is what we'll do next. So I'm going to hit save and go to style at the bottom. Style. That's how we change the fonts and colors to make this look like something that we want to do. So there's so many things you can change in here, including like placement, if you want it to be on the right instead of the left. If you want it to be aligned to the right versus the center, however you want to do that. Imagery, I don't usually change that. No need for that. Yeah, definitely don't need to do that. So full. And you can even put an overlay color on it if you want to darken it or lighten it. You can choose by going to custom overlay color. And if I want it to be like black, I can make it darker and lighter. Notice this, how the gradient can get lighter and darker like that. Or if you don't want it all, you can just make it completely transparent like that. And branding, so like your logo, and notice just like with the style editor, a blue box is surrounding the thing that I'm fixing right now. So I can make the font bigger or smaller, just like that. We can change the headline font. So say my branding font is Bodoni, so I would change it like that. And if I wanted to make it uppercase automatically, I would do text transform here, uppercase. And it goes uppercase like that. You can change the color because I like mine pure black, not like a grayish. So let's change it like that. Same with the body. I use a Playfair display. So that changes that font like that. Again, I want it to be black. See if I have any questions. Where would you normally find a landing page? I'm going to show a couple examples of how I use them. And as soon as I'm just going to finish all this up here. So button. This button here, I always like to make my buttons instead of outline buttons. I like to make them solid. So that's solid. You can change the color. I want it to be black with white text. You can change the font inside the button. I'll make it the Bodoni in my branding. And we can even change like the background color. You know, it's white right now. I see the color behind text button. So let's say I want to make it the pink. That's my branding. So I drop that in there, and there it is. So that's how quickly and easily you can make a sign-up form landing page. So like I said, I would use a page like this for like my Instagram bio button. This would be a page that I would send people to right away because they're mobile. I just want them to be able to sign up and go, and when they get a chance, they can check out my website when they get on a computer. So that's a really good use of it. I've seen people use this as the home page of their website before you get to the actual website. So I know another example of that is Nisha Woolery. Let's see, let me grab her site here real quick. Notice that this is the home page of her site. So when you go to nishawoolery.com, you have two options. You can sign up for her free course, which when you click it, it will pop you up. She looks like she uses ConvertKit also, so you can sign up for it like that. Or you can just go to the website. And usually that looks like the more boring option. It's like sign up for my free course or just go to the website. So some people use this as a way to get subscribers as soon as they come onto their website. So, but if you hit continue to website, it will take you to her site. So that's another example of how people use them. I also use them as thank you pages. So I'm going to find some examples of where I've used them. Well, I'll just pull one up. You guys saw one as soon as you signed up for my webinar. It's this page. So when you signed up for my webinar, you were taken to this thank you page that says your spot is sealed. It gives some quick details, and then it invites you to share it out on Twitter and Facebook. So when you click the link, it would take you to a fully filled out Twitter if you were logged into Twitter. There it is. Which it would give you a pre-formatted tweet that you could invite your friends to sign up with. So that is another way that I use cover pages. So they really have a lot of different uses, including, I have another example. So I had a client who had a free audio training, and I use a cover page to house the audio training so it looks super professional for them to use. So let's see. Let's see if I can find it exactly here. I'm all over the place here. Free audio training, here it is. So you will see that this was her free audio training, and it has a play button, and you could also download the MP4 if you wanted, but it has the full training where if I click play, the audio will start for the training and it'll start playing, basically. So that's another way to use it. There's so many ways. It's just a really awesome way to do pages. So that is cover pages. Guys, let me know if you have any questions or anything. Those are the best ways that I use cover pages. They're super quick and easy. You know, almost anyone can do them, and you can make them your own. So that's a really good way to work. Let me know, guys, if y'all have any questions about any of the Squarespace things I've shown in the back. I'd love to show you guys anything that you have questions about or anything like that. Because otherwise I'm going to get back into the content. I want to introduce you guys to a program that I'm going to be offering that takes you deeper into Squarespace and can help you DIY your own website. So I'm going to hop over to that. I think I saw a question pop up. How did you add the audio button? Okay, here we go. So remember how I was saying that there are lots of templates for the cover pages. One of the templates, we'll click on that page we just did. One of the templates has audio included in it. So when you scroll through all these examples of templates, one of them has an audio component. It is green, wherever it is. There it is, this one. There's actually two. There's a green one down here that also has audio training. So if you hit save and go back, you'll see that the audio is right there, and you upload it. There's an option right here, audio, and you can upload the audio track, like if it's an MP4 or something. Like I had my client record it on her iPhone voice recorder and then save the file and send it to me. And just like that, you can have it where people can listen to your audio. So yeah, super cool. If anyone has any other questions, just let me know. All right, so if you guys are looking to create a Luxe brand of your own, well, I've got you. I want to introduce my new program called Luxe Design Collective. So it is a 4-week web design experience that's complete with expert live calls, Luxe design trainings, personalized support from a professional designer and brand strategist, which is myself. So this experience is for female entrepreneurs who are ready to stop fidgeting with their websites and start making money. Those who can't afford the cost of custom design but are serious about their online presence, and maybe if you hit a wall with DIY design and you need to get up and running fast. So this is a 4-week program. What it includes, in week 1, we get into the foundation. So we're creating a brand mood board on Pinterest and then putting it all together. We're establishing the colors and fonts for your site based on that mood board, based on that feel that you want to create, and then compiling it into a style guide so we can stay consistent throughout your branding. And each week there are live calls to where you're able to come on and ask questions, and I'll do demonstrations much like I did today based specifically on your questions. So in week 2, it's about content planning. So we organize the site copy in a planning guide that I will get to you guys to where you're able to lay out the mock-ups, lay out the copy of how you want to create your effective website that converts. So, and then in week 2, we'll also put up a quick and easy coming soon page, which is another use for the cover pages that I was talking about there, so that you'll have a coming soon page up by week 2. So in week 3, it's about the Squarespace setup. So planning your optimized homepage. We're going to plan it out to a T. I'm going to show you how to use the page builder to create the homepage that you want to create. And then we'll get into an intro to index pages, which is basically how I'm able to create these long form pages like my website that have a lot of variety. So different color backgrounds, image backgrounds, all those kinds of things. I'll show you how to do it yourself. Again, weekly calls going throughout. So in week 4, which is the final week where we're going to end that with your web design, we're going to build out your about and contact pages. We're going to create an inviting work with me page, and we're going to prioritize that email sign up. So we're getting people to sign up for your freebie and get on your list. Even when they're not ready right now, you have a list of people who will be ready to buy in the future. And so the difference between the Luxe Design Collective and other sources is that I'm going to have weekly support for you guys, 4 live group calls with your fellow course mates. So if you need input on your color scheme, can't figure out the tech, all you have to do is ask me. I'm not only available in the Facebook group every day, but also on those weekly video calls to where I can show you how to get your site done beautifully. So I'm here for you. But wait, there are some more bonuses. So in the bonus module 5, which is available immediately once you buy the course, is a freebie design and MailChimp automation setup. So I'm going to show you how to create your eye-catching freebie PDF in Canva and then link it up with your MailChimp so that your subscribers get it right away. So like we were just demonstrating here, when people sign up for your freebie, they get it in their inbox. It looks on brand. It looks professional right away. We'll also create mock-ups like this so you can promote your freebie. So no Photoshop needed, like on the left, mock-ups like those so that you'll be able to promote your freebie and show it off. So the Luxe Design Collective, there are 2 tiers to choose from, both regular and premium. So in the regular, you get membership portal access, so your own username and password there. You can access the content 24/7. You get 4 weeks of design modules, over a dozen guided tutorials, 4 live group calls with me, and access to the exclusive Facebook group. So the premium includes all of that, but it also includes some personal aspects to work, some one-on-one time where I will be able to help you personally to be able to get through any snags or anything like that and really help you do this thing wonderfully. So you get a 1-hour personal session with me, as well as website critique and site assistance. So I'm going to go into the details of that. Basically, you get this one-on-one time for me to be able to help you directly with your web presence. So how much is this worth? I'll be teaching the entire process that I do with my clients in my signature web design package, which the price of that is over $4,200. The investment of being a part of the Luxe Design Collective for regular is $497 and for premium is $597. So the one-on-one session with me, this is part of the premium package features. You'll get personalized guidance on your business goals and your audience, and help with any tech snags that you might run into, and assistance with brainstorming your freebie that we're talking about, your PDF, your audio training, your video training, whatever it is that will be irresistible to your fans and followers. Also with the website critique and assistance, this is a really big one because I'm taking the support even further. So you'll get a detailed critique of your website with suggestions on how to improve it. Not only that, but I will personally log into your site to do up to 4 edits and fixes on your site. So if there's something that you just can't figure out, I will personally log in and fix it for you. And this is part of the premium package features. So I want to offer a special webinar offer to you guys because y'all been on here, been awesome and communicating and coming back and forth with me. So if you purchase the Luxe Design Collective program before tomorrow, Monday night at midnight, you can get the premium package price for $100 off. So you get the premium package for the price of the regular. So normally $597, it will be $497 for that price, or 2 payments of $270. So this is $100 off also for the regular package. So that price goes down to $397. So to recap the investment over here, for the regular, you're getting the membership portal access, the design modules, the tutorials, the live group calls, the Facebook group, and then in premium, you get to all of that, plus you get the 1-hour session with me and the personalized assistance on your particular site. So normally $497 and $597. If you purchase as part of the webinar deal, you get $100 off either package. So regular is at $397, premium at $497. Like I said, here's what you get: the 4 weeks of modules, the membership portal access, the personal support from me in the Facebook group. You also get, in those premium bonuses, you get the email list and sales funnel training, as well as the 1-hour session with me and the personalized assistance. So what happens when you join? So this course begins on Wednesday. This Wednesday, March 22nd. That is when the first week's module content drops. And so today you would get just the course welcome pack, which will allow you to start laying the groundwork, join our Facebook group, and the first call will be scheduled during week 1. So week 1 begins on Wednesday. That's when the first week's content drops. And we'll also, if you get premium, you'll start scheduling your strategy sessions with me after week 1. So imagine having a website that you are proud to show off and that gets you clients. Well, you can make it happen before the end of April, before the end of next month, which is so soon. And those are just some examples of sites that I've built and landing pages and those kind of things. So you can do it. I can help. There is a link in this webinar at the very bottom of the chat where you can check out the sales page, basically read more about what I told you today and learn more about the course and purchase. So I have payment plans available also, which are detailed on that page. Again, if you purchase but before tomorrow at midnight, you get $100 off. So I'd love to have you guys in. I'd love to answer any questions that you have or anything. I noticed there were some questions popping in, so I'm going to answer those while I have you on here. So how do you pre-fill the Twitter or do click to tweet? So yeah, it's literally called click to tweet. You can, what I search for, I used to use the site called Click to Tweet. And what she's referring to is on that thank you page that I did, when you click and it says share on Twitter, and I give you this pre-formatted tweet that's already ready to go. All you have to do is tweet it. I make that by, I always Google Facebook share link. Facebook share link. And it's usually the first result, share link generator. So this lets you do it on all the platforms you want to do it on. So I go to Twitter and I'll just type out the exact tweet that I want people to tweet. So I just downloaded Angelica Dazelle. And, you know, whatever you want, including a link to the thing. All of that. And then you just hit create the link. And this link where it says URL only, you just copy that. And so when you're doing your landing page over here for the action, this would be on the thank you page. So just like this example here, the thank you page. Find that page again and go to action. And I would put the link here and I would say share on Twitter. Same with Facebook, but with Facebook, you don't get to pick what it says and all that. You only get to pick the website. So I would just put the website that I want people to go to. So, you know, if it's angelicadazelle.com/freebie, that's the link. And you put it in here, and you hit create the link, and you just copy this URL, and you drop it into the other action here. I was opening a new window too right there because you want them to stay on your page also. So, and then I just hit share on Facebook. Just like that. And you can see them down there. I'd probably get rid of my form, but yeah. Just like that. There would be your share on Twitter, share on Facebook buttons. Okay, someone else also asked, great for podcast promo. Yeah, definitely. What if we use ConvertKit instead of MailChimp? So earlier I was just talking, I personally use ConvertKit for my things. A lot of times I'll use ConvertKit's actual landing pages. So the page that you probably signed up on to get to this webinar was made in ConvertKit. I'll use that to make my landing pages because it's just super quick and easy. They already have the templates. You just kind of fill them with what you want. So I usually use that for ConvertKit. If I'm having an event and I want people to pay via the site, can you do that on Squarespace? Yes, they have e-commerce and they have different plans. So if you're using the personal plan, which is the $12 a month Squarespace plan, it allows you to have one product that people can purchase on the site. And if you get the next up, which I think is $18 a month, you can have unlimited products. So if you only need one product, then you can just use the regular plan on Squarespace. Do you offer the bonus module a la carte? Yeah, I do. I can put a link in the chat for you on that. It's on my website already. It's called the Flawless Freebie Automation. If you go to courses and self-study on my website. So she's talking about the bonus. This is that Flawless Automation Masterclass that we're mentioning there. If you go there, you can see it there. I'll just pop that in the chat. Alrighty. And do you work with overseas clients? Absolutely. I've worked with people from as far as Australia and as close as Atlanta. So I'm all over the place. Does anybody have any other questions or anything about Luxe Design Collective or about Squarespace or anything? I'd love to answer that while I have you guys on here. I see we say, can we do multiple podcasts for one page for podcasts? Let me see if I know what you mean by that. Can we do multiple podcasts or one page for podcasts? You can do just about anything you want to do. Like if you're talking about cover pages, or I guess if you can specify a little bit what you mean by that, but you know, you have basically unlimited pages to work with on Squarespace. So if you have multiple podcasts, you could do one page for one podcast and one for another. Where is the cover page found in Squarespace? Let me just show you that real quickly here. So I hit the plus sign over here to make a new page. And then when that comes up, you got some options here. I picked cover page to make a new cover page. And that's how you do it. What else do we have here? Will you show us how to do ConvertKit instead of MailChimp? Sure. Like for the most part, like you know, like I said, the page that you signed up for on here, I made this in ConvertKit completely. So like when you're in there, log in. Sorry, multiple episodes on one page instead of one page for each. Sure, yeah, absolutely, because you don't have to use cover pages for everything. And remember, like in the start when I was just showing like a regular page, you have lots of options to, you know, use the page builder to do anything you want here. So you could put multiple episodes on one page like that. So in ConvertKit, let's see what I do, because there's this is a little, I guess, you know, outside of the Squarespace thing, but like, for example, with this Squarespace Masterclass, it's a landing page that I made on ConvertKit. And so you can see that there's like, it used to be a template, and I can type in here anything I want. I can type in here, and I uploaded this picture, and it's kind of just like zip in and out. So that's kind of how you do it with that. There's some other examples though, like sometimes you don't need a landing page in ConvertKit. Sometimes you just need the sign up form. So I know that I have just some sign up forms. I just have to find them. Like this example. Notice that this is just a sign up form here. So you have to get the code for that to put it on your site. So if you go to settings and embed, this is the form for the site. I usually like to get the raw HTML, and I just copy it. And in Squarespace, under the page builder, I'm going to go edit here, and I'm going to drop in code. And I'm going to highlight this and paste in the code that I just got and say apply. So you can see the form is there. We have to reload the page so that that little message will go away. So I reload the page. You will see it in a moment. And there it is. So like that's the regular form that you would kind of pop in. Let's see. Why do you use ConvertKit landing pages instead of Squarespace? Because, okay, so when we were doing the cover pages, I'm going to go back to the cover page that we created on this webinar. And the form that we set up, the sign up form, so under action, I'm just going to find that here. The form that we chose here, they have a really great integration with MailChimp. So like it's super easy to set this up with MailChimp. You know, all you do is sign into your MailChimp, and it's really easy. It's not necessarily that easy with ConvertKit because they don't have a direct integration with it. It's still possible, but I have to do an extra step, and it's kind of complicated. I can put the link because Megan Menz has a really good tutorial on how to do that, but you basically have to create a Google Drive spreadsheet that sends the email to the spreadsheet and then sends it to ConvertKit. So it's kind of like a lot of extra rigmarole when you can just go into ConvertKit and make the landing page right away. So that's why I like to do it like that. But I'll find that. Let's see if it's already in my, it's not already in my thing, but I'll find that link and put it in the chat. If you want to still use Squarespace cover pages, but link it up with your ConvertKit, this tutorial will show you how to do it. There you go. So yeah, that's my best explanation. It's just that it's more complicated because like Squarespace has this really easy integration with MailChimp, but they don't have that with ConvertKit. So that was a decision I had to make. There's a lot of features about ConvertKit that I really like, and that's why I chose to switch, knowing that it was going to be harder to integrate my forms because you have to deal with that code. So, but like I said, it's still very doable because ConvertKit has these landing pages that you can create over here. So I'm able to make a page like this, you know, in literally 10 minutes again, similar to the cover pages. And they have different templates and things that you can choose from. Like if I search for ConvertKit landing pages, it'll show you the examples they have. It's similar to lead pages, if you guys have ever heard of that. But like these are some examples of like the ConvertKit landing pages, and you can change all the colors, you can add images to make it your own and change the background and all that. So that's like the basic landing pages that you can do on ConvertKit, and that makes it really simple. I have ConvertKit and don't want to use MailChimp. That's why I was wondering if I got the course, would you show me how to convert? Yeah, absolutely. So I'll show you how to do that. And again, it's super. It's not similar to the process of the Squarespace. It might be a little easier actually, but absolutely, yeah, I can show that as well because I'm also a ConvertKit person as well. So yeah. Does anybody have any other questions about the content today or about Luxe Design Collective? I'd love to tell you guys more about it. Again, I do have that special $100 off, so basically you can get premium for the price of regular. And just to show you again what those entail there, you get premium for the price of regular if you sign up before midnight tomorrow. And there's a timer beneath the webinar that kind of shows you how much time you have on that. And there's also a button to get you over to the page so you can learn more about the course and click to buy. And like I said, there are payment plans available. They're at the bottom of the page that you would be directed to as well. See if anybody else has any questions or anything. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Otherwise, I will hop off, but it's been really awesome being able to deliver this content to you guys today. I'm totally in love with Squarespace. It's just been a really awesome platform for me and for my clients. I love that it requires so little maintenance and allows me to be able to do really amazing things on the advanced level, and then also help people do like a DIY website, which is what I'm going to be doing on the Luxe Design Collective. This is really going to be like a mastermind type of situation where I am one-on-one with you, and I want to make sure that everybody comes out of this with an amazing, beautiful website, and I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that happens. So I'm going to be on you for 4 weeks to make this happen. So I'd love to have you guys in there. Again, you guys can ask me any questions. Awesome. Anonymous, I'm not sure where your name is, but thank you. I hope to see you in there. And again, guys, if you have any questions, you guys can also email me if you have questions, because the email that you received to get in this webinar, you can hit reply on that, and that goes to me. So if there are no other questions or anything, I'm going to hop off. But again, it's been really awesome having you guys on. So many people here listening to the content and stuff. Really excited to do this Luxe Design Collective, which again starts on Wednesday. So the special sale ends tomorrow night, and I would love to have you in the Luxe Design Collective. I'm going to hop on face-to-face here. But thank you guys again for being here. I'm going to hop off if there are no other questions or anything. Let's see. No more questions? All right, guys, we'll have a great Sunday night. I hope you got a lot out of the content. Again, if you have any questions or anything, you can reach out via email or in the chat. I'll still be looking at it for a little while. But I'm going to hop off now, so you guys have a great night. Oh, I see something pop up. What do we need to start? Do you think you could, when you say what do we need to start, pretty much all you would need to start with is, well, I'm going to show you how to set up your Squarespace account, so you don't necessarily need one yet, but you will have to get a Squarespace account and a domain, a .com name. And I would love if you have professional photos of yourself for your website. That would be very good for the site, to be able to have photos for your about page and all those kind of things. If you do something like event planning or something, or photography, it'd be very good to have photos for your portfolio. So pretty much what you need is a domain name, willingness to get a Squarespace account, and images for the site. Alrighty, so if no one has any other questions, I'm going to hop off. But again, you guys can ask away, send me emails, or ask in the chat, and I'll still be in there typing. So you guys have a great night. All right, bye.